Welcome back to Spyro, Year of the Dragon. Last time, we sent the Sorceress spiraling into a lava lake and cleared out the Midnight Night Mountain of its gems and eggs. This leaves only one area left to explore, and one part left in this Let's Play, the Super Bonus Round. So let's get on into it. As soon as I stop piffering around, trying to make this go longer than it needs to be. But in the meantime, I can also mess up something else. As you know, this is the final part, and next week, we'll be heading back to Shibuya to continue the adventures of Marin and his quest for power in YETISSS. I already have about 2 parts of footage ready to go for that, but I also have the next Let's Play taking its place on its off weeks. He's up and ready to go. But what is that going to be? Well, we'll see that at the end of this part on what it is. And if I haven't already prompted you to just click in the timestamps to see the next episode Let's preview, well, I hope you come back to this part, because we got a lot to do. But at the same time, a fair chunk of you are probably coming over for one important thing: the Pokemon Presents presentation that was done on Friday, and I didn't say a thing about it on any of my other videos this week. That's because it's time to do that now.
This place is where the sorceress
And
kept
I
all
have
her
had
treasure.
a good chunk
But after she was defeated,
predictions
a bunch of
that
thieves came and stole it.
got locked
If you
down,
can catch the thieves, you're
but
more
one
than
that
welcome
didn't.
to keep the treasure.
So the presentation
By the way,
opened with a
Hunter's
montage of
around
all
here
the mainline
somewhere.
games
He's been tinkering with one
via
of
their
his new
openings,
toys all day,
and
he wants to
Ishihara
show
talking
it
about the
off.
history of the
You should
franchise
go
and all
see
that
him.
good stuff. But after that, we got our first piece of memorabilia for the 30th anniversary: a music player in the shape of a Game Boy. This includes a cartridge holding over 45 audio tracks from the original red, blue, green, and yellow versions of the game, and is available now via the Nintendo Store. The actual, not the digital one on your Switch, the one on the website. Gotta order that one from there. One thing I wasn't able to take a good look at was to see if there was any headphone jack for this player. So I hope that the Bluetooth support is built in because this is something I just want to put in my pocket and just walk around and listen to. After that, it was just a montage of more merch. A new set of legendary and rare cards for the physical TCG. Some more rollouts. The inclusion of Red in Pokemon Masters EX. A new tour of Kalos for Go. All the events kind of locked down for this year's World Championships. New coming into Pokemon Sleep. A starter theme event for Pokemon Cafe Remix. The legendary birds and the Gen 2 starters now joining the roster of Unite. More stuff for TCG Pocket, now using the Paldea Wonder Boosters pack. And finally, the premiere of XD Gale of Darkness will be coming out for Nintendo Switch Online next month. And by next month, I mean April. April, not March. But here's where my first prediction got confirmed, and it's leaving me disappointed. And that is how home support will work for Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's a one-way transfer from their games into home, and from there they're free to kind of be brought into the Scarlet and Violet champions and go as need be. Oh, and Legends of, but that is it. And it is a one-way transfer. Just like the re-releases of Gen 1 and 2 for the 3DS. Shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, lame. Next was the next big trailer for Pokemon Champion, with its release date being set for April, but that is only for the Switch version of the game, while the mobile phone's release will come later this year. If I had to guess, maybe like July or August, considering August is when the Pokemon World Championships would happen. Just have it locked down there. And finally, closing out the presentation was the world premiere of Generation 10 with Pokemon Winds and Waves. It is set to release exclusively on the Switch 2 in 2027. And not only through this trailer, we got to see our first look at the region, but not its name, but also its starters. There is Grout, a combination of Rowlet in terms of body, shape, and giving it the eyes of Talo, your grass starter. Pom Bomb, a fire dog with the eyes of Pikachu and the body type of a Pomeranian. And finally, there is Gekwa, a water lizard with the body type of Sabo and the eyes of an iguana. And speaking of water, it seems the Greek-inspired island idea was ultimately a hoax, as this new region is focused primarily on island gameplay resorts. So, in a sense, welcome back Alola, and welcome back the underwater sections of Hoenn and Unova. I hope you enjoyed the too much water meme being shoved in your face, dear viewer, because you're going to get it from the day it releases all the way till the DLC comes out. As for the release date of Winds and Waves, I think it's going to be out by this time next year to allow Nintendo to close out its fiscal year on a high note. With no announcement of a new 3D Mario or Zelda, I can think of no other Nintendo franchise that can carry the end of the year and probably rake in the money just like that. So Game Freak, take your time and make sure you can bring forth something that will hold up. Because I'm very much burned out on the hate mongering that has been pushed towards Pokemon. Some of it justified, some of it just boring. Honestly, the only thing I didn't get to see from my predictions was, of course, the announcement of the Gen 10 anime. Because I really was hoping to address the rumor that Ash will be coming back as the main character. But all in all, I give this Pokemon Presents a solid C+, in my opinion. Well, what do you think about what we got on Friday? Let me know in the comments below, but please keep it simple down there. Moving back to what's happening here on screen, it's just chasing one more sub, and hoping that this one doesn't have any mines to kind of throw me off. Because this is kind of just dragging on with this little montage here. It's faster than me, and keeps swerving from one side to another so I don't get the full lock on. And to try and cut him off in the path the other way, he'll just swap around and then you can't catch. You can't shake me, because you only delay the inevitable with all of what you're doing. Gotcha. Honestly, I think I just made it worse. 1, 2, 3. Pop! Alright, this mission's done. Let's head on to the next one. As soon as I figure out where I entered. Alright, there we go. Alright. Well, that's two missions done here. So let's get over it. Here. I'll do the other one afterwards.
Check it out. This is the world's fastest turbo snowboard course. The local champions are the Sasquatch 6, a gang of Yetis on souped-up snow discs. I bet that you could outrace the lot of them. If you win, we'll get a huge pile of treasure. If you lose, I'll have to slick down the whole course with my tongue.
Why would you agree to that bet if you weren't going to do it yourself,
ready
Hunter?
to race? Right on!
But anyway,
Just don't
this
lose.
is pretty much just another another snowboarding mission, much like the one in Lost Fleet. Yeah. But this time, all we got to do is just win the race. We don't have to take down all the crabs to do it. I don't know how that worked, but game, please stop glitching out on me. And of course, much like the other ones, they decided to slap random treasure down here on the things. So you can either A, come back after winning the race and collecting all this treasure, or you can try and do it at the same time. Oh, come on. Jesus, Sanzara, what is with some of these wonky physics in this section? I landed on that. Also, why did he just jump me up 2 places? And now I'm in first. You know what? It's fine. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Let's just bring this on home. In these ones, but honestly, I think it's just designed where you're gonna have to do 2 runs no matter what. Yes, feed me and all the treasure. Treasure we do got. Because I still gotta go back and get some more. The only way to get that one up there is just boost off and then jump. I did it dumb because I could have just stayed there and I would have gotten that too. Get it? Got enough. Okay. What's left? Just the one at the end of the ring. Build up. If I can build up as much as I can here, and I can just take it from there. And I think I probably could have jumped on the other side. There, just worked there, but that would have been. Oh, come on. And it always slams me down there where I can't get to it. What is with these physics? Hit detection. And I'm just not gonna win with this. Because you would just knock me down towards the bottom. Up on me. And of course it slaps me down there again. Boost, jump, got it. You know, one thing I would have liked to see in this is, instead of these, wouldn't just like to play with our allies just one more time. I'm in a full gauntlet on the way to the inner sanctum. That way we get a last hurrah from each of our characters, and it kind of works out. Or they're at least cheering us on during this section of the game. I think all that's left is just that one at the tail end of the route. Just gotta flip it. Okay. 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 And I just missed it. You know what? I'm fine with this. I can go. Y'all know I just got it off screen in this case. Alright, for our next little challenge, we need to go a little further in to where Bianca was. Here. Well, not that. That is probably where we're going. That's where we're going next. Okay, pretty much for this mission, we got a combination power up, and we just gotta shoot the saucers in. And so the trivial pursuit begins. I'm pretty sure they can shoot at us too. That's why it's far easier to just catch them from behind rather than trying to strike them from the front. The last three. Oh, there's one. And then there's two. So I gotta turn around. Where did you go? And there. Missing one piece. And there we go. All the treasure in this area is done. And only one door is left to be opened.
Spyro, but the sorceress must have survived that last battle. She's been waiting here all this time, saving up her magic to destroy you. Your best chance at defeating her is my flying saucer. I've cast some spells to give it extra firepower and unlimited flying time. The rest is up to you. You've come this far, Spyro.
Okay,
I
why
know
didn't you
can
just
beat
cast
her.
that on me so that I would have the super flame power, so I'd have no combination powers from there. That way I could just fly around freely and still take it to her. But anyway, this is the final battle of the game. We're just shooting at each other. And once it goes down, once that's done, we're done. I'm having a much easier time with this rather than the original. Because in that version, the Sorcerer's shots can hold me in. One, two, last shot on. See if I ain't got her. Got her. But you got me in that last hit. And here is the final dragon egg. So, that is Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. And what did our esteemed developers go on to do after this? For Insomniac, it would take them another year to put together an idea, but eventually we would get our answer in 2002's Ratchet & Clank. For Toys for Bob, their next project ended up being Crash 4, It's About Time. And for Sorcerrer Games, that wasn't too long after this, that they became part of the meta. And ultimately the next 4 years would just be making some good VR stuff, but ultimately being shut down. It sucks, but this is just the way things are. As for 503 itself, I still feel it's a good game and my personal favorite of the three. Thanks to the extra characters it includes, a bit more retooling on how mini games and challenges are done, and a slightly more compressed plot in comparison to Ripto's Rage. Because with the Sorceress and her Rhinox rampaging all across the Forgotten Worlds, everything can kind of come back to her. Whereas Ripto just showed up, took a castle, and that caused problems. But in the end, the game is done, and we're ready to move on. And speaking of moving on, here is a preview of our next Let's Play.
Oh, hi.
clock of time is broken up, and it's up to its warden to fix it. Chrono Gear, Warden of Time, goes live in about 2 weeks. But I hope I'll see you all then when it premieres. But thank you all for watching this Let's Play. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw here, and I'll see you next time.